right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Good evening, everyone. This is Bob Pompeani. We're live tonight in the Fan Cave, and you can join us by calling 412-575-2600. Already the Twitter mailbox is getting jammed here. JB Nimble says 3 lousy hits against a guy who's been out for 2 months. Well, that's what happened to the Pirates tonight. They ran into another lefty, and when that happens, it normally means a loss. And Kyle Harrison, man, he's dominated them in 2 appearances this year, a total of 11 innings, 12 strikeouts in the first game, 10 tonight, 8 in a row at 1 point, 23 strikeouts in 2 games, and only 2 hits allowed in those 12 innings. And the Pirates have fallen 2 in a row into 57-59. We're here. Chris Mueller's up at 93.7 The Fan. And Chris, this is, I don't know what to make of it other than to say each day that goes by when they lose a game, it's just another opportunity that you're not going to get. And tomorrow there's another game like this. You know, they have games against the Marlins, they have games against the Red Sox, they have games against the Padres and Dodgers. You know, they got to win some of these games, some of these series. They've lost 4 series in a row. This will be 5. This is the wrong time to do that.
Yeah, they've got to try to get a win tomorrow just to get a split against the Brewers. It doesn't feel good, their chances to do that. I don't know why anyone's surprised that Kyle Harrison, after being out for so long, came back and dominated them. His stuff looked pretty good, but I'm not saying unhittable. I watched Shota Imanaga scuffle, I would say, to get through with 1 run allowed for the Cubs in their game. Like, he didn't look like a world beater. He looks unstoppable against the Pirates. Oh, wait, Bob. Hold on, I'm holding up my left arm. I think I just got signed by the team's next opponent. So I'm going to go out there. I can't really throw the ball left-handed that well, but I should get a bunch of swings and misses. You know, you didn't mention Paul Skenes off the top here because their offense has been bad. Paul Skenes was bad again. His ERA, I think it's back down under
396.
It's like 396. It was up above 4 in the moment when he gave up the 3 runs. I know there's a throwing error in there, but he walked 2 hitters. Then he gave up a couple of hits. They've at least got the excuse of a lot of guys banged up, everything else, the Ozuna thing being a flop. This is the game where you need your ace pitcher, your reigning Cy Young winner, to match zeros with a guy because it's a left-hander. You might need him to. He wasn't even close up to the task. I mean, that's a mediocre start if Braxton Ashcraft delivers it, if Bubba Chandler delivers it. It's 10 times worse because it's Paul Skenes who can't even come close to getting the job done, Bob.
Absolutely true. It leads us to our West Penn University, or Penn West University tweet of the night. This is from KDKA.com/connect, and the question is, will Paul Skenes ever get back to Cy Young form again? I think he will. I don't know what's going on. I still believe it's arm fatigue. I think it's the World Baseball Classic. We talked a lot today with Matt Clement, who's been there, done that in the majors. You guys have him on a lot, and it has to be something of this nature because it just doesn't look like the same Paul Skenes. And I refuse to believe that they're strategically telling him to do this because it's been every time for the last 6 or 7 outings. So if it's not working, then change it if that's the case. But the things haven't changed. It's the same velocity. It's lost location. There are a lot of things wrong here, and you're right. He needs to be the stopper. If you're not going to have him doing that, then quite frankly, there's really no chance down the stretch.
Bob, what if he's the one strategically doing it? What if he's the one
Why
throttling
would he do
back
that?
for? I mean, I've seen people say he switched something. I'm not going to get technical and bore the viewers tonight, but I've heard people say that kind of do the side-by-side cut-ups at the same point in his motion from last year versus this year, that his elbow, that things mechanically are in a slightly different position, and that the new position he's adopted is one that has been connected, to whatever degree you can believe in this, in greater longevity and less injury risk for pitchers. Well, Paul, that would be great if you were doing that and you were still looking as unhittable as you did for the first 2 years of your career. You're not. You go in there now and guys don't have the other kind of quality going for Skenes that made him so tough. There's no fear factor. There's no, I'm stepping in the box to get blown away. There's no point in me even doing this. Guys go up there thinking they can put a good swing on the ball, and I think that hurts Skenes too.
The other thing, he had 9 3-2 pitches in this game, or 3-2 counts. He also had 4 3-0 counts. He's fallen behind everybody, and that's why, once again, he could not get through the 5th inning. 93 pitches, it's been over 100 before. It's just got to change, or else really they're not going to have a chance. Their starting pitching has all of a sudden derailed consistently. They don't have anyone stepping up. It's gone in stages. It started with Skenes. He was good for the first 9. Ashcraft took over. Skenes regressed, and then you saw Chandler go up and down, and Jones started badly, got okay, was not good last night. There's no consistency to it. So we want to hear from you. It's 412-575-2600. That's the number to call. Hit us up on X. It's at KD Pomp and at Chris Mueller PGH. We'll start that conversation next, right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, 7 nights a week. All right, this is our Xfinity tweet of the night, and it talks about Marcell Ozuna's final stat line. He only hit 203. You see the numbers are just all down. 8 home runs, and I bet you most of them happened in April and May. He hasn't had much of any kind of impact over the last couple of months, and finally, push came to shove, and he is no longer here. And they haven't had any success against left-hand pitching. Chris, I want to ask you before we go to the phone lines, the Mets are coming here on the weekend, and you would think the Pirates should go to town on them, although New York still has some young kids coming up, but they had a guy tonight make his debut on the mound. Jeffrey Yan, I think his name is, and I saw some video of him the other day where he just reacts as if he were a jack in the box every time he strikes somebody out. He's got a good vertical leap. It's a good thing the pitchers don't bat because he may take one up high and tight. And also, sooner or later, you do that on a regular basis, something's going to go wrong with your knee. What do you make of this?
The second point, I think, is the better one. That was his first major league strikeout, and he jumped, and then he kind of did like a slam into the ground. This might surprise you. I actually have no problem with that. Your first strikeout, you're super excited, you're in the moment, you sacrificed all this to get here, and now you're doing it. But yeah, like every time, buddy, like at some point it does become an act like you've been there thing. Batter's bat flip, we've seen Spencer Horwitz's, what is it? What does everyone like to call that? Respectfully disrespectful. You know, come up with something a little lower impact, man. I'm 41, Bob, and the joints are hurting just watching him. He looks like Gumby, but I agree with you. Like, I don't have a problem it's his first one, but can you just imagine him jumping up in the air? And let's say he turns into a really good pitcher. He jumps up in the air one time, and that knee comes down all wonky, and he's out for the season. It would be like one of the Grammatica brothers tearing up an ACL celebrating a field
that was the
goal.
one that stands out. And there were a couple of guys who did that at home plate after home run trots, and they hurt their leg. I forget who it was, but
didn't Edwin Diaz blow out his knee celebrating at the World Baseball Classic or something?
That's right. I was thinking about Kendrick Morales, I think, is who it was who did. Yeah, but these guys, it's bad enough that you can get injured anyway, but if you do it to yourself, friendly fire to yourself, or whatever you want to call it, it's not good. So we'll see that guy potentially over the weekend here. Let's get to the phone lines. Dan in Penn Hills is first at 412-575-2600. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, hi, guys. I want to bring up another problem we're having. Mr. Valdez, ever since he got hit with the ball, he's either struck out or walked every time. So what do you guys think of that?
I just think the league has punched back, and he's not having any success reacting to it. He struck out a lot. He still walks. I think he had a walk tonight, but he struck out a number of times. He hasn't had a home run in I don't know how long after he had so many in the beginning, Chris, but I just think it's the league, and he's got to adjust to it. I also, you know, as soon as it happened, people were saying, well, this guy's going to be the starting right fielder for a long time. We've seen guys come and immediately make a tremendous showing and then fade off pretty quickly. Where do you think he is?
Well, I'm the #1 Esmer Valdez fan club member. I admit times have been tough for us. The bandwagon is getting a little lighter, so we're getting better gas mileage these last 10 days or so, Bob. I think it's July 26th is his last home run. He is on a crazy streak of either walking or striking out every plate appearance. I will say this. The thing that alarms me is his whiff rate. So just when he swings, how often he just flat out misses is very high. His chase rate's very low. Like, he calls to mind a slightly, worse version of a young Juan Soto. You remember how good his plate discipline was right from the jump? Valdez does not chase a ton of pitches that he shouldn't be swinging at, but he does just swing through a lot. I will say this. I still think he's the right fielder of the future. I still think he's going to be a big-time power bat. The thing that has me kind of buoyed still, and I get it, he's been really bad, and they need him to be much better than this because they are actually counting on him. The walks still being there for him, the fact that he still is seeing a lot of pitches, going deep into counts, That to me is something you can't teach. That's the mark of a guy who is going to be a good hitter. I wouldn't be shocked, and it needs to happen soon, Bob, that when he finally gets one to go over the fence again or punches back, they might come in a bunch for him again, because I think there's a little bit of streakiness there with the power.
Yeah, he is very good at plate awareness, no question. He's been very selective, but you're right. He swings and misses quite a bit. We're going to Carnegie right now. We got Brian on the line. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey, guys, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Hey, just a quick take. I know we kind of got into Skenes a little bit. Bob, I know you're still high on him. I mean, he's great, Cy Young and everything. But my opinion is just something, I don't think it's injury related. I just really believe that maybe it just, wink your eyes a little bit. But, maybe he doesn't want to be in Pittsburgh. I mean, it just seems like something doesn't seem the same.
I don't think that has anything, because he's going to be here for 3 more years. So what are you playing a game like that now? I just think he's
costing himself money if he doesn't pitch well here. That's
exactly.
The bottom line.
That $500 million contract everybody's going to talk about, if he's bad the next 3 years, it's going to go down radically. So I still think it is a fatigue to some degree issue.
I think that might be that. I think there might be like a self-preservation thing, or his routine got thrown off with the WBC and everything else like that. Bob, my mom and dad are in Alaska right now, going on a tour where they see a bunch of grizzly bears. So my mom will not actually find out that I said this, but if she was evaluating Paul Skenes, you know what she would say was causing the downfall, right? He's got his mind distracted because Livy Dunn is out there in L.A. doing stuff on Baywatch, and she's running around and doing these beach scenes, and he's very much distracted. I feel like I can say with safety that my mother would be hypothesizing that would be the thing that's holding him back.
And she might be right for all we know, but whatever the case is, it's got to change quickly. Get Livy back here, have her in the stands. Mike is in Ross. Mike, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, I think you're a little hard on Paul Skenes. He gave up 2 hits. Yount had the double, and then there was a little bouncer they had the infield in, and then he got through. His problem is he can't hit the plate no more. He's throwing too many balls.
Right, it's a control. I don't think we're being too hard. The expectations go up high after the first 2 years he had. In fact, the first 9 starts of this season, Mike, were very good. He had a sub-2 ERA again, so it's like, oh, here we go again. Paul Skenes is going to be a Cy Young contender, and then it all changed. So I don't think we're being hard. We're being realistic.
We're not being too hard on the guy. His ERA was sub-2 his first 2 years. He was off to an historically good start, or great start, as an MLB starting pitcher. Now he's up around 4. Like that's pedestrian stuff. And the velocity's bad, but you can. David Ross was on the broadcast, very brief Pirate career there. And he said you can get people out with 97. You can. But when you're not commanding it, when you're not putting it where you want it at 97, it becomes very hittable. You have to come into the zone. I loved your stat about how many 3-0 counts and 3-2 counts. He's not putting people away early. He's not getting guys to put his pitches in play, because now this guy that used to just paint the corners with whatever he wanted, these batters are stepping in, Bob, and they're saying, well, this ball's not even close. It's 2 feet off the plate. This ball's not even a competitive pitch. Paul Skenes is not a god. If he's not throwing competitive strikes early in the count or early in the at-bat, he's going to be subject to the same problems other pitchers are. He's turned into an ordinary pitcher because of the velocity tick down, and especially, I think, now because the command has gone with it.
Bill is in New Stanton, and right now he's on the air. Hey, Bill.
Yeah. Hi, Bob and Chris. Thanks for taking my call. The other night, Bob, you were talking about local revenue sharing. Now, as far as I know, local revenue is going back to the radio days, and I'm an old guy. It's always been reciprocal. Now, here's the way I'm kind of getting into the weeds. Like if the Yankees played the Pirates, okay, probably Yes is paying $1 million for the game, and the Pirate station's paying $100,000 or something like that. You split it. You split it every game, not on a gross basis. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a big solution possibility, yes, but I don't know if those teams are going to go for it. And this is why you're going to have all this kind of stuff going on, and who knows how long it's going to linger before it finally ends. And when it ends, I still have this feeling that we're not going to have a cap or a floor or even that sort of revenue sharing.
2 things. Just remember this. I mean, for people who are out there, the players are about to get demonized. Why don't you want a cap? Why don't you care? The players have a different set of aims than even the fans do. They're trying to get as much money and as much piece of the pie as they can. the owners, despite this idea that some owners don't like the other owners and everyone's mad at the Dodgers are being used as a convenient villain of the week here. Every owner is arrayed on the same side. And Bob, there is one thing about the Dodgers people might not know. I read this. I don't know if you've seen this. Remember their bankruptcy deal with the McCourt family owning them? There's very unique language in their TV deal that I guess came about because of that bankruptcy proceeding, that they are able to keep a much higher percentage of their local deal than other teams are. Something to consider.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they can keep going out spending money, and then they also use deferred money, and that's totally legal. You can do that, but they have all the wherewithal to make it happen at big-time money numbers. We're going to take a break, come back with more right here on KDKA+. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Bob Pompeani, Chris Mueller, now joined by Lee in Uniontown. Lee, the stage is yours.
Hey, guys. Appreciate the time. I just want to throw it back to the Steelers. I saw the first depth chart today, and I know it's very early in training camp, but Roman Wilson's a starter. Do you think we're going to see Jeremy a lot?
Jeremy Bernard will play, yes. It's not that he's not having a good camp. It's that finally Roman Wilson is really started to play, and Rodgers keeps still looking at him. Was that surprising to you? And what about quarterbacks? Have Mason Rudolph still number 2?
Quarterbacks, I think, is a reflection of the fact that Howard and Aller both have not appeared in a preseason game yet, and I think it would take, one of them having a really good outing to maybe unseat Rudolph, maybe multiple good outings. Bob, the Roman Wilson thing, it's heartening because, man, they took a third-round pick on him. That's a guy you expect to be productive, well past the point in his career that he's at by now. I just wonder if that's one of those camp things, if Aaron Rodgers is really getting a mind meld going with him, or if in 3 months we're going to be laughing that we ever talked about this as a serious possibility that he was going to break out. I hate to be skeptical, but, man, it seemed poisonous between he and Rodgers last year.
It really was. And we'll see what it leads to. But so far, so good. First preseason game is a week from tomorrow, and Green Bay comes to town here at Acrisure. Chris, thanks very much. Appreciate it. We're out of time. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Call us at 412-575-2600. Always anxious to hear from you. And tomorrow will be a day game. The Pirates trying to salvage a game to at least split in Milwaukee. It ain't going to be easy, though. We'll talk about that and more coming up tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.